So I will start off by so first of all, good evening, guys. So I'll first start off by giving another introduction to the task. So like in a normal robot competition that you would have, you usually have a path where you have a starting point and ending point, and the goal is to complete the course or perhaps perform some tasks along the way. So, what uh, this task brings more to the table is that you are given the path, but as you may know, after you have like explored the path first, you can, like, for example, let's say you are working along the path. First time around, you might stumble your way through because you are not familiar with the path. But in the second time around, if you are allowed to go again, you have the opportunity to improve your performance because you have already visited the path. So the idea with the competition is to test that how you handle that challenge. So we allow the robot to go through the path 5 times. The first 2 times, so you can technically optimize however you want, but the first 2 times is more for exploration, while the last 3 rounds are for you to exploit the information that you have learned to traverse the path as quickly as possible. That is the intention. But the idea is in your first through the path, you will learn the surroundings, and afterwards, um, you will use that to navigate through the path more quickly and efficiently. So I think it would be more clear if we explain how the points are given. So I will give you a general idea. So we will take the the time the robot took in the last round and use that as one metric for your performance. So for example, if the or at least to elaborate more, if the robot takes less time in the final lap around the path, it will be granted more points compared to a robot that takes longer. So that is one metric that we will be using to give marks to your robot. The second way is we will take the last 3 rounds that the robot successfully completed, and we will measure the time improvements like between the rounds. So let's say in the first round it goes through, let's say for example it takes 30 seconds, and in the next round it goes through the round under 20 seconds, say. So there's a 10-second time improvement between the rounds, so that will be awarded points. And if a team manage to get a better time improvement, they will be awarded more points. So that is the second way you can earn points in this task. Finally, of course, we are testing this for 5 rounds. So the first 2 are for like to try and map out the terrain as you go around, and the last 3 are the ones that we will actually be testing. But of course, things can go wrong, and the robot may get stuck. So for evaluation, we will be using the last 3 rounds that the robot successfully completes. And for each of the, so if the robot completes 3 rounds successfully, we will add a certain amount of points for each successful round it completes. So if it completes more than 3, so 5, there are no additional points. However, if it manages to complete 3 successful rounds, there will be points. So that is the basic breakdown of how marks will be allocated. Is there anything that I need to add, Buddhi? Hello. Buddhi, Timira, Fugul. Is there anything that I missed?
We can hear you.
Yeah, Praveen, I think that's it. I think if the participants have any questions, we can
Yeah.
clarify them.
So, if there are any questions, please ask, and we will. So, like, I mean, you should have questions. For example, what if the robot doesn't complete any successful rounds? And also, I forgot to mention actually, there will be a time limit, but you don't need to worry about it because that is just for like it will be a sensible time. That is just for like if a robot gets stuck, we can't wait for the simulation to end forever. So there is that, but you don't need to worry about it as long as the robot completes the round. It will fall within the time limit. Will make that reasonable. So there's a question: what are the techniques we can use? You can use any techniques. For the physical competition, you can use any technique you want. Uh, the restriction for the physical competition is that you cannot use external computing. So you cannot connect to a server or anything. But for the simulation, you can use any sensors you like, except things like a supervisor node, which gives you direct information about the WebOps environment. So without actually using any sensors, but other than that, you can use any sensors you want for uh, capturing information about the environment. I think that is all. Are there any more restrictions that I missed? Simil?
Sir, can you explain about the video simulation before the elimination?
The video simulation, do you mean what you need to submit?
Yeah, you have mentioned about the logbook and decision making in the PDF. You sent to- But can you explain about that?
Is the question regarding the school competition or the undergraduate?
I think this is the only undergraduates are here. So I think
Okay, okay.
what they're asking is what to submit and what should be in those submissions. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So
You
we
can.
basically, yeah, Praveen, can you
No,
answer?
yeah. From the simulation end, what you need to submit is the world file and the robot export the robot not exported from the file. The world file will also include the robot, obviously, but we also require the robot uh, to be exported separately. And also you need to provide obviously the controller code that you make. So that is from the simulation side. Tibra, can you explain about the other supplementary material like the logbook and presentation stuff?
Yeah. Basically, in the first round, you won't be needed to, uh, you don't need to submit the presentation, but you can submit the logbook explaining the algorithm and the hardware as well. No need to prepare the presentation for the first round. and basically we are evaluating the performance of your robot using the webbot simulation, and we will be using other material uh, as a support to evaluate your robot in any case that is required. Then I think there are some other questions as well in the chat.
Yeah. They have asked, can we use touch sensors in the simulation? You can, but I should tell, like, touch sensors won't count, but there will be a penalty. I don't know. That is not there. Should.
Penalty, but think about the time.
Yeah. So if the robot collides a lot, that will might like hinder your time. So there is that, but touch sensors is all right. And also, as Buddhi have mentioned, you can use a camera if you want, but it is not necessary. You can use any sensor you want. No, actually, like in the sense, so when you think about machine learning, you might be think about deep learning and AI. It's not necessary to do that. Why we use machine learning is the case because the idea is for you the robot to optimize in subsequent rounds. So once you go on the second lap, the robot has to optimize. It doesn't have to. So because you still get marks even if it goes around in the same time, but you will get more marks if there's an improvement in the time. It's not necessary to use ML, but there's some learning the robot needs to do so as to like optimize its route. And like we will also be inspecting your code, so like we will be checking whether if there's actual improvement there. But yeah, even if there's no improvement, you will get marks, but it will be less than if the robot is actually learning. So the points that I mentioned earlier are for like when we're actually measuring the performance of the simulation, but there will be marks for how you have done it and etc. So while it's not necessary to use ML, it is encouraged. But when we say ML, we mean it in the general sense, machine learning. So the robot code is learning by itself. It's not necessary to use deep learning or even any like other common machine learning algorithms. You can come up with your own stuff, or even use things like very traditional methods like searching algorithms, but there must be some learning aspect. That's the idea. I hope that answers the question.
There's another question as well in the chat about asking about do they need to use a camera. I think both we has already answered that earlier. So you can use anything that you may like to use and appropriate. So there's no restriction.
There's another question about the video simulation submission. I think you guys don't have a clear idea about what to submit. So can you answer that?
Yeah, Supul, yeah. So as we mentioned, the things that need to be included in the submission is the exported robot node, the word file, and the controller code, as well as a simulation, a video of the simulation, which you can get directly from WebBots. So it's not a big deal. So once you have finished the simulation, you just need to take a recording the facilities in WebBots itself, and also the logbook. Those you can submit. It's for your benefit. So if there's something wrong with the robot, we will use the logbooks to see what work you have done to uh, give you credit in that sector. So I think it would be very clear. Like we will supply you a list with a list of the things that you need to submit. That's we can do that, right, Supu?
Yeah, you can include the evaluation guidelines as well.
Yeah, we will give you a list of what to submit. And for the video simulation, you can use the example track, of course.
Yeah. For the simulation, the example track can be used, and for the evaluation, that won't be available, since the point is to see whether your robot can navigate it on its own. But we will also run it on the simulation track. So if it works on simulation track, certain marks will be allocated. But another track is also there, which is used for the actual evaluation. So that won't be made available.
There's another question about using the epoch and the dimensions of the simulation. Uh,
Right.
yeah, it's a
Okay,
direct
Timira, you
message.
can answer this.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a direct
yeah,
message for me. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, sure. So about the epoch, the thing is you have to create a simple robot by your own, including the sensors. So don't use the robots available in robots directly. That will affect negatively for the marking. And also, there's what is the other question that there's
Uh, she's asking, should the simulation be equal in dimensions of the real
I
one?
am yeah, the track we have provided is in the real world dimensions. So uh, your robot should be built uh, in the real world dimensions as well. So our final evaluation track will also be in the real dimension. So for the dimensions, you can use the guidelines given in the competition guide.
There's a question, is the simulation track available? The example track is available at the, I think we have uploaded the link to the drive in the channel and also in the Q&A group. So you can find the example track there. But the track we are using to evaluate you will not be provided to you. I think we can provide it after the evaluation, but not before.
Because the idea is to check whether the robot can learn on its own. So that is the objective that we're trying to meet. So that will be hit.
Yeah, so if there are any more questions, you can ask it in the chat, or you can ask it with unmuting. Yeah, there's another question.
Yeah, it's like there are no necessary sensors that you need to use. You can use IMU and encoders if you want, but it is not necessary uh, in this case for the simulation. You can use them if you want. There are no penalties for including any of the sensors, but it is not necessary to use. They were just there as hints and to show what you can use, but there are no restrictions. Or there are no like conditions that you have to use a certain sensor necessarily, uh, or restrictions.
There's a question, a direct message. Please ask the questions in the open chat. Uh, there's a question, will the evaluation track also with the out and inner wall and the boxes will differ, or robot should learn to move in any track? Of course, the robot should learn to move in any track, but the dimensions of the walls would be, I think they are clear in the document. They'll be above 10 centimeters, and the boxes or the obstacles would be larger than what we have provided. Okay, larger or similar, not smaller.
I think we should mention that the color codes are also similar to the world that we have provided. Uh, the tech which we will be using for the final evaluation will be in the similar colors as we have provided.
There's another direct message asking about the sensors, the restrictions on the sensors. I think he missed the little part of the meeting. Uh, there's no limitation for the sensors, and he asked, are there certain things which should be executed only using image processing? No, there are no such restrictions also, right? Right.
There are no restrictions there. You can use image processing if you want, but it's not a required thing.
If there are any more questions, please ask them out. Let's discuss those and get a clear understanding about what should be done. There's another question about the waypoints. Can we describe that? Actually, we have not yet decided to include the waypoints before because that would be more complicating.
Yeah,
Rain,
I
can you?
think Yeah, I think we are providing the starting line in red color, and the track will be circular. So uh, you have to navigating using that information, uh, avoiding the obstacle. So the track will be as you can complete the full loop without colliding.
There's another question regarding sensors in the physical robot. Again, I believe the camera is not mandatory, and using only distance sensors is allowed there as well. So there's another question: how the simulation must occur, just laps and so in the simulation. So there, as the starting ending line, as Timura mentioned, there's a red line. So once you complete the round, so you need to program the robot so that in the next round, so the first two rounds, you are free to explore. But afterwards, you need to start exploiting the knowledge that you gain to improve your speed. So you don't need to use the first two rounds like that. So the idea is you are allowed 5 rounds, and the uh, last 3 rounds, or the best 3 rounds, will be chosen for evaluation. The bottom line is you are allowed to traverse the path 5 times, and you can split the learning however you want. We will take the best 3 rounds and use the time improvements compared to the learning rounds to see to evaluate it. So the exact mechanism how you learn is up to you. Did I answer your question? Or were you asking for something else?
So, are there any more questions? If there are no more questions, we can conclude the meeting. Uh, if there are any more things you should know, please ask away.
So guys, one thing I should mention is like, don't worry. Like, we are aware, like this is a somewhat hard task. But even if whatever you are working on isn't complete, maybe it doesn't complete all 5 rounds, or it doesn't improve, the time doesn't improve between the runs, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever you have working, please submit, because you might win. Like, we are considering a lot of factors when we are evaluating it, not just the objective stuff. Like, that's a big part of it, but again, you don't know how other teams perform. So whatever working simulation you have, even if it doesn't complete the task that we have given you, submit. And like you might just win. So because the task is hard. That's right. Right, super.
We know that the task is odd, and please don't be discouraged. We hope you will all submit and you will all participate in this, and we'll be evaluating many factors like Praveen said. So don't be afraid and don't step back. Please proceed what you are doing, and you will be awarded. So I think there are no more questions. We can conclude the meeting. Uh, we wish you all the best, and we hope you will all be participating in this, and uh, we'll get to know each other in the future. So congratulations, guys. We'll upload the video recording of this meeting too. Uh, yeah, that's it. We wish you all the best. Congratulations, and let's see what you got. Thank you, guys. Okay.
Thank you guys. Bye. Best of luck.